The Tupolev Tu-160 Blackjack is one of the most remarkable strategic bombers ever built, a machine that combines immense size, blistering speed, and devastating payload in a way that few other aircraft can match. Developed in the late stages of the Cold War, it was the Soviet Union's answer to the American B-1 Lancer, a bomber that demonstrated the United States' ability to fly supersonic at low altitudes and deliver long-range nuclear strikes. The Soviets knew they needed something larger, faster, and more powerful to secure their position in the strategic balance of power. What emerged from this competition was the Tu-160, a bomber so advanced for its time that even today, decades later, it remains one of the most feared weapons in the Russian arsenal. It has come to symbolize both the engineering ambition of the Soviet era and the continuing determination of modern Russia to project global power. When first seeing the Tu-160, what stands out is its sheer size. At over 54 meters in length and with a wingspan that can stretch to 55 meters when extended, it is the largest combat aircraft ever built. Unlike most bombers, its wings are variable sweep, which means they can move into different positions depending on the mission. During long, subsonic cruising flights, the wings extend outward, giving the aircraft better lift and fuel efficiency. When speed becomes the priority, those wings sweep back sharply, turning the aircraft into a sleek, arrow-shaped profile that cuts through the air at supersonic speed. The fuselage, painted white to reflect heat generated at high speeds, is long and elegant, giving the aircraft its Russian nickname, the White Swan. From the ground, however, it is anything but gentle. The landing gear, with its 24 wheels, shows the massive weight and engineering required to keep this giant airborne. Its appearance, whether on the runway or in the sky, commands respect. Inside the Tu-160, the design reflects the reality of extremely long missions. The bomber is operated by a crew of 4, pilot, co-pilot, navigator, and weapons systems officer. The cockpit has evolved from analog dials and switches to modernized digital glass displays in the upgraded Tu-160M versions. Since missions can stretch over 12 or more hours, often requiring aerial refueling, the designers provided facilities rarely seen in military aircraft, such as a small galley, a rest area, and even a lavatory. Though not luxurious, these features allow crews to endure the grueling length of intercontinental flights. Still, the atmosphere inside is defined by purpose. Every panel and control is tied to the bomber's mission, whether that is navigation, defense, or weapons deployment. Performance is where the Tu-160 truly demonstrates its uniqueness. Despite being the largest combat aircraft in the world, it is also the fastest strategic bomber ever built. Powered by 4 Nk-32 afterburning turbofan engines, among the most powerful engines fitted to any combat aircraft, it can reach speeds over Mach 2. This means it can fly faster than many fighter jets, despite weighing up to 275 tons when fully loaded. Its range without refueling is about 12,000 kilometers, giving it the ability to strike across continents. With aerial refueling, its reach becomes effectively unlimited, allowing global operations if needed. The payload capacity is unmatched, capable of carrying up to 45 tons of weapons. This includes nuclear-armed cruise missiles such as the Kh-55 and Kh-102, as well as conventional precision-guided missiles like the Kh-101. These weapons can strike targets thousands of kilometers away, ensuring the Tu-160 can deliver its payload without ever entering heavily defended enemy airspace. For survivability, the Tu-160 relies less on stealth and more on speed, altitude, and electronic defenses. Its systems include electronic countermeasures to jam enemy radar, chaff and flare dispensers to confuse incoming missiles, and advanced navigation systems to allow low-altitude penetration flights when required. While it does not hide from radar like the American B-2 Spirit, its defensive philosophy is simple: stay far away, fly too fast to intercept, and release weapons at long range. Its cockpit is reinforced to protect the crew in case of attack, but the main strategy is to avoid danger entirely. The upgraded versions, including the Tu-160M2, add further improvements in avionics, communications, and countermeasure suites, ensuring the aircraft remains viable in the modern high-threat environment. The unique selling points of the Tu-160 lie in its unmatched combination of attributes. It is the largest and heaviest combat aircraft ever built, yet it flies faster than any other bomber. It carries more payload than any competitor, giving it immense destructive potential. Its range allows it to operate globally, while its ability to adapt between nuclear and conventional missions makes it a flexible tool for Russian military planners. Beyond the numbers, the Tu-160 has symbolic value. When it takes to the skies near NATO borders or participates in long-range patrols, it sends a political message as much as a military one. It tells the world that Russia still has the capability to strike at intercontinental distances with devastating force. The cost of such a machine is enormous. Each Tu-160 is estimated to cost between $250 and $300 million, with the newer Tu-160M2 versions likely even more expensive due to advanced engines and upgraded electronics. Maintaining and operating them requires specialized facilities, extensive training, and a steady supply of resources. Yet Russia has chosen to keep the Tu-160 fleet not only alive but modernized, with production restarted to build new models. This investment demonstrates the bomber's continued importance in Moscow's defense strategy. The legacy of the Tu-160 is both historical and ongoing. Born from Cold War rivalry, it remains relevant in the 21st century, standing as a reminder that different philosophies can shape strategic aviation. While the United States has leaned toward stealth and invisibility, Russia has doubled down on speed, payload, and deterrence. Both approaches aim for the same result: the ability to strike anywhere in the world and deter enemies from taking bold actions. For Russia, the Tu-160 achieves this by being a visible, unmistakable demonstration of power. Its thunderous engines and massive silhouette are not easy to ignore, and that in itself is part of its effectiveness. The Tu-160 Blackjack is not simply an aircraft, it is a statement of national capability and ambition. It represents the Soviet engineers' vision of overwhelming force, updated with modern systems to keep it relevant today. Whether viewed as a masterpiece of aviation or an expensive relic of the Cold War, it continues to occupy a unique position in the skies. It is the fastest, largest, and most powerful bomber ever to fly, and it remains a central part of Russia's strategic air fleet. For allies and adversaries alike, its presence serves as a reminder that some machines are built not only to fight wars but also to shape the balance of global power.